It's been a while since I've last uploaded. If you haven't seen my last video, I was busy getting ready to move to Korea. And now I'm here. I'm gonna keep it a buck 50 with you guys. Korea is one of the coolest places I've ever been to, and I'm very glad to be living here now. This place has plenty of food to eat, a deep culture to explore, awesome places to visit, and having lived in America all my life, being here has been a welcome change of pace. So now that I'm back, let's get right back into the groove. I love full body tracking. It makes the overall experience in VR chat so much more fun. Having control over your legs can make you go from looking like this to this. But if you're looking to get into FBT, it can be expensive if you're looking at some of the higher end options like Vive or Tundra trackers. Not everyone is willing to drop a pretty penny for hardware that is somewhat niche. But the days of spending a hefty fortune for full body trackers are over. So stop laying down by the mirror, grab some water for hydration, and let me tell you guys about SlimeVR. So what is SlimeVR? Well, first, we have to understand what types of full body trackers there are, so here's a quick rundown. We're going to cover lighthouse-based trackers and IMUs. The first option is your most expensive one. They require base stations to be set up in your room. These things shoot out IR lasers in your room that trigger the sensors on your devices so that it can track its position. This type of tracking provides the best accuracy and the lowest latency. And along with that, they are super easy to set up. But if you're starting from zero, then you're gonna have to drop a lot of money for base stations, trackers, and straps. Then you have IMU based trackers like SlimeVR, Haratura X, and Makopi, which are a much more affordable option. IMU stands for Inertial Measurement Unit. Each of these trackers are IMUs. The way these work is that by using a series of sensors, your body's proportions, and your headset's location, it can estimate the position of your limbs. All of that gets sent over through Wi-Fi or Bluetooth to your PC, and thus giving you full body. The big benefit with IMUs is that they don't need base stations to function, saving you a couple $100 that you could put towards maybe new clothes, food, or even plushies. In addition to that, you don't have to worry about occlusion, so go ahead and get cozy under a nice warm blanket. You can also use these with standalone VR, so if you're a Questie, you're in luck. But you'll see from the video that these do require a little bit more time to set it up. But in exchange, you save hundreds of dollars. There's also the Vive Ultimate trackers, which are relatively new. They have cameras on the side of them and they look really cool, but... So in 2021, when early production units of slime trackers were sent out, they had a good amount of issues. The biggest one was a long and painfully complicated setup process that could take hours or sometimes even a couple days to get everything fully up and running. All of that work for what was at the time, okay tracking. Since then, SlimeVR has only gotten better, shockingly better. The setup now is much more streamlined, and the tracking quality has improved so much. This is all thanks to not only the SlimeVR team, who are very active and transparent in their Discord server, but their community as well. SlimeVR is open source, both on the hardware and software end. Everyone can tinker around with them or even make improvements to it with each and every update. You can even create your own slime trackers from scratch, gathering all the parts for yourself and building them for even cheaper than the ones on their website. And then you can use the slime software to connect them to your PC or Quest. It's a super exciting product. These trackers were the first steps towards an actual VR full body tracking solution that's also affordable. Cause you know what isn't affordable? Meta's ridiculous battery head strap costing $130, which is why you need Did you pick up a Quest 3 recently? No? Well, you should swap out that old crusty dusty head strap for an awesome battery head strap for a fraction of the price. An ergonomic fit, soft and squishy leather, a 6400 milliamp battery. What more could you ask for? These nuts? And after you're done playing, you're gonna need a special place to put your special VR headset, which is why you need the RGB vertical stand. It has an RGB strip for your eyes to admire, a comfy stand so your Quest is comfortable. Thank you to KIWIDesign for sending these out to me. Check out their website by using the affiliate link in the description. Cause if you use that and buy something with it, it gives me a small percentage of your purchase, and then guys, I really need it. I live in a brown cardboard box. The slime trackers come in a variety of different sets. The cheapest one is $195. It comes with 5 trackers and is all you need to get some basic leg tracking. Every tier up from there just gives you some more trackers, which means more precise tracking. The one I got was the full body set, which cost $350. This set emulates having 8 whole Vive trackers, meaning you have control over your elbows, ankles, and your knees. And you can move your chest and hips separately. 11-point tracking. All of that while still not spending money on 8 actual Vive trackers. So here are the slime trackers. Quick disclaimer, I didn't buy these. They were sent over to me free of charge by the people at Slime to make this video possible. However, the thoughts and opinions I'm going to share today are completely mine, so take that as you will. They're really cool looking and blue. It also came with some really cool stickers. So when I took a look at everything inside the box for the first time, I was like, holy sh**, this is a lot of stuff. But trust me, it's actually not as bad as it seems. Here's the slime tracker itself. Each of these are lightweight, weighing only 50 grams, and they have a battery life of about 15 hours. The chances of them dying on you during a play session are very low. Unless you play for 16 hours, of course, then you might have an issue. Welcome to SlimeVR. Let's get started. After putting in my Wi-Fi information, the first step was connecting all the trackers. So I plugged them in one at a time and waited. Guys, just make sure you turn on the trackers before connecting them, otherwise it won't work. Once I connected all of them, the next step was to label all of them and attach the straps. I won't dwell too much on the setup, but after spending a good amount of time, I was ready to go. I felt like a scuffed Iron Man with all these trackers on me. I booted up VRChat and instantly I was impressed. It looked really natural. My legs moved where I wanted them to move, laying down looked great, I didn't have any complaints really. So afterwards, I was really excited about them, so I went to hang out with some friends in public lobbies to show them. And that's when I ran into the main issues that many different IMU based trackers deal with: drift. Although I didn't do any crazy movements or cartwheels, I noticed slowly over time that the slime trackers would start to just not be where they're supposed to be, drifting further and further away as I played. Recalibrating would fix the issue, but only temporarily, and it seemed like the longer I used them, the less effective calibrating was. And this is something I also faced when using my Mokopi trackers. In the end, the best solution was just a complete reset. With this being my first time using slime trackers, it was kind of frustrating, I'm not gonna lie. But after using it more and more, I began to get used to it. I feel this isn't too much of an issue with the actual slime trackers themselves, but just the overall nature of IMUs. If there was something bad that I can point out about slime or any minor nitpicks, it'd probably be the software itself. Some parts during the setup were a little confusing at first, like a portion of it has you do a whole little dance routine with no video demonstrations. This arm is labeled as the right arm when technically it's the left arm and vice versa. I personally think you can fix this by making the slime person face the other direction so we can see its back. And I kinda wish the setup would mention the extensions. So, should you buy the slime trackers? Considering the low cost, it seems like a no-brainer if you're on a budget. Well, here's one thing that might be an issue for you. The crowd supply campaign for SlimeVR began all the way back in October 2021. But only recently, years later, have backers started to receive their slime trackers. They take a very long time to arrive. But why? Well, let's take a look at what the manufacturing process looks like for slime trackers. The team over at Slime have to source all the parts from the tracker boards, the injection molded cases, and the sensors. Final assembly of the slime trackers is done in Estonia and the Netherlands. So Slime orders all the parts, smushes them together, and you have your slime trackers. Once they're done, they get packaged and sent over to this company called Master Electronics, who deal with shipping the slime trackers to backers worldwide. Now repeat this process over 10,000 times, and you can probably see the huge hurdles that the small team over at Slime has to face. Now the original goal for the crowd supply page was $180,000. But looking at the amount of money raised, it's clear that SlimeVR was much more successful than what was probably initially thought. Because of this, SlimeVR faced numerous long delays. The scale of the project had to increase to meet demand.
Hey, just working hard so I can please you.
Problems with US Customs, FCC certifications, and delays from other manufacturers, it's clear why slime trackers take so long to get. As of making this video, if you were to order some slime trackers, it would take 4 months for it to ship to you. But that honestly isn't as long as a lot of other backers have been waiting. When did you buy your slime trackers and how long did it take for it to arrive?
I bought my slime trackers around, I think, October 12th, 2021, and they came August 2023. So the original date that I was expecting it to be was June 2022, which was like around maybe like 8 months, but it got delayed and delayed after and then got delayed like a whole year later. So I'd be like, oh dude, few more weeks. And then suddenly the date would change. And I'm like, okay. At a certain point, I kind of gave up. It was like a running joke where it's like, oh yeah, you're never getting them.
Yeah.
You're never getting them, buddy.
Now that you
Yeah.
finally have them on your doorstep, how are your slime trackers?
They track honestly surprisingly well. I would just say that the setup process is just really annoying. Sometimes I feel like the calibration is like wonky. Like it'll like fall off. Like right now, my hips are kind of like turning even though I'm standing straight.
Yeah, it's
Um,
drifting. Bust a move. Oh. So these long wait times for slime trackers has most definitely turned some people off. Some good news I can say though is that it does seem a lot of the issues that the slime team face regarding their trackers are nearing its end. Aaron Knightley, the person behind SlimeVR, posts about the status of people's orders frequently and goes into a lot of detail regarding everything slime related. And based on what I've seen so far, it seems that things are finally picking up for them. Choosing whether to pick up slime trackers depends on a number of things. If you already have Vive or Tundra trackers, you obviously don't need slime. But if you're like a majority of people and you don't have full body tracking and are looking to get into it, SlimeVR right now is one of your best choices. It's inexpensive, has tracking quality that has improved so much within these past few years, and it's backed by a deeply passionate community who all want to see it thrive. Yes, it has some of its issues and downsides, but I have no doubt that SlimeVR will be some of the best IMU trackers you can get on the market. Guys, my birthday is coming up, and I want to celebrate it with you in VR chat. On Saturday, February 10th, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be holding a meetup. Come drop by, say hi, I would love to see you guys there. For more details, you can join my Discord server using the link in the description below. Special thanks to my Patreons for supporting me on the content I make. You guys mean a lot to me and make my life so much easier. But anyways guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. It feels really good to be back. Thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next one.